Hey guys, welcome back to Diecast Reviews. Today's a review on GRC Racer Francesco Bernoulli. Of course, the GRC or Global Racers Cup is a new line or a new kind of theme introduced into the main line for 2024. It will contain obviously WGP racers and some Cars 3 Piston Cup racers. So, of course, we've seen Cruz and Jackson. I'm kind of hoping they do stay more towards the World Grand Prix side of these things, because when they put in Piston Cup racers, then it gets weird because they're mixing in stock cars, next gens, and it's just, they can't ever finish it. But if you only focus on World Grand Prix racers, you do get a final, you get a complete set, because there's only 11 World Grand Prix racers. There's like 70 Piston Cup stock cars and next gens combined in the Cars 3 movie. So, like I said, hoping they focus more on the GRC. Of course, I understand making Jackson and Cruz in this line. I mean, that's kind of a must, but I hope they focus more on the World Grand Prix racers here. We've got a great one here, Francesco Bernoulli. You can see that they kind of changed the package here. Last year, they changed the package for Cars on the Road, and this year they're changing the package here a little bit for GRC. It's also interesting how they've got kind of the corner here cut off. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is or what that's trying to signify, but I really do like the background here. You've got the kind of a nice like little Formula 1 track in the back there, along with radiator springs there in the background. So I think it's really cool, a really cool background, and Francesco looks great right on the start finish line. I'm glad that he's in his GRC design there. It's the Global Racers Cup, Disney Pixar Cars, new for 2024. They do have the name here on the bottom, which I do say that don't mind. It looks kind of slick. And I guess the number of the racer right here, GRC number 1. On the back, you do have only the only other car here on the back is McQueen. This was released in the first wave of the GRC racers, so it makes sense that McQueen's the only one on the back. I assume as you're getting more and more releases, kind of in the next few cases, you're going to see more and more GRC cars on the back here. These are sort of being found here in America. Of course, I had to get these off eBay, or I've got Francesco off eBay. From a Florida seller from Florida. So they are being found in the United States, but they're being found a lot overseas in Europe and Mexico and Canada, Australia obviously as well. They're getting Carlo Veloso. I think the Shoe Total Rookie 2-pack, probably a few more, but they're not hitting America as much as they are hitting the rest of the world. So you will have obviously a much better chance if you go to England or Australia of getting these, but they are hitting some parts of the U.S. I think they're hitting Florida. I think someone found them in Texas, California. Obviously, I got these from Florida, or from a seller in Florida. I assume he found them in stores. But, yeah, that's enough rambling. Let's get Francesco Bernoulli here out of the package. So here's GRC Francesco Bernoulli out of the package, and he does look very great. Now, if we're going to talk about the GRC releases, I guess we got to talk about what the GRC is, or the Global Racers Cup. It's certainly an interesting idea by Mattel or Disney. I'm not really sure who made this. I can't tell. So usually when they make kind of extra world releases, there's a story behind there with the T-Rock releases that Mattel made back all the way in 2015, 2014. I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be a book with every single one of those releases, and there actually was a book for the first few. I believe Neon Racers and Ice Racers got a book about them, and then kind of just continued on with Carbon and Carnival and whatever, but there was supposed to be a story that followed them, and the story just kind of ceased to exist while the releases still happened. Obviously, Cars on the Road, that was a series. GRC, I'm not really sure what the idea here is. It seems like it's a revival of the T-Rock. I mean, even the logo here, GRC, looks oddly similar to how they did the T-Rock logo. I mean, the R and the C, I feel like almost have very similar font styles to how they did the R and the C of the T-Rock releases back in the day. So I'm not sure what this is. It's kind of like a revival of the T-Rock stuff, just now integrated into the main line. So I'm not really sure what there is, if Mattel's planning a secret book that's going to come out sometime and just explain what this is, but I'm certainly not complaining. The releases look fantastic, so I don't have anything negative to say. It's just puzzling more than anything, but I will take some fantastic releases. So I'm not complaining. So let's get into GRC Francesco Bernoulli. Now, I feel like this is the first time in a long time I've really reviewed a new Cars 2 release. I mean, they really aren't making Cars 2 releases that often. I mean, they're really focusing on Cars 3. The occasional Cars 1 release, but it's mostly Cars on the Road and a bit of Cars 3 thrown in there from time to time with Breaker Boggs, I guess, last year, and can't even think of one this year, but yeah, I mean, it's really just Cars on the Road they're pushing right now. But anyways, here is Francesco. He does have a nice expression. It's a bit different than the normal expression of Francesco. This is a China release, and this obviously is Thailand, but there you go. That's the China expression anyways. That Francesco's from like 2015 or something. But I do like the expression. The red is a bit off. It's not as bright red as the one on the normal release. Obviously, you do have the number 1 there, though now it's in blue for the GRC. You have some blue highlights there, almost like Jackson Storm kind of design there with the light blue and the black on the front wings. Obviously, you have the Italian flag. Francesco is, of course, Italian. He's an F1 racer as well. On the side here, I mean, this looks fantastic with the red and green rims. Obviously, multicolored rims represent the Italian flag. You do have the Rotelli tires, which are a play on the Pirelli tires, which is what F1 cars use, as well as, I believe Rotelli is like a pasta or something. Or it says pasta potenia there, so whatever that means. Well, I know what pasta means, but yeah, I mean, it's a play, like Lightyear is a play on Goodyear, Rotelli is a play on Pirelli, which is, you know, Pixar's clever like that. I do wonder what they do for Michelin tires or whatever, but that's neither here nor there. You do have another like light blue stripe here. Again, the light blue and black seem to be a theme of the GRC. That's kind of the branding. So again, not sure what it means. Not sure what the branding is. Global Racers Cup, of course, implies that they're getting all these World Grand Prix racers. But other than that, not sure what the blue and black branding is supposed to mean. But I like it. It looks pretty cool. Have some blue and black right there on the front of the wing as well. Obviously, you've got the number 1 right here on the back. It's with the GRC emblem there. You have what look to be some sponsors, Ride and Ravioli. Kind of like, I guess that's supposed to be a play on ravioli. But there you go, a few sponsors. First time we've seen sponsors on Francesco, which is pretty cool. You have this white here, obviously it's in the Italian flag, red, white, green. You have the white middle here, and it's not pure white. You have some, first of all, it kind of looks a bit like a quartz color maybe, I don't know. But definitely not just pure white. And if you can see, you've got some designs. You've got like hexagons or something there, which is interesting. Again, this is also a theme on the mini racers, or on the GRC racers, as we saw through the mini racers. So not sure what it means, but you have some hexagonal designs throughout. I mean, you can see it very clearly on the green part of Francesco there. So you have a bit of a hexagon design there on kind of his head, this part of his body. So the hexagon design is another theme in the GRC that I'm not exactly sure why it's there, but I don't mind it. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll transition to the green part of him now, which is the back of him here. So you got the hexagon designs that are very noticeable here on the green. Got the spoiler, GRC, again, the blue and black branding. Go to the back here. Lift the spoiler up, says Global Racers Cup. That's a nice place for it. And again, some green finishes here on the back. Go to this side. I do believe this side is the same. You do have, again, the tires, the red tire in the front, the green tire in the back. And again, some hexagons and whatnot throughout. Again, not sure what the hexagons are supposed to mean, but they do look pretty cool. And I guess let's compare them to the normal version of Francesco. I mean, right off the bat, you can see that the red is slightly different. The expression as well, obviously different, though that may just come down to a Thailand and China thing. You can see the tires, the red is slightly different color. And of course, now you have a green rear tire instead of the red rear tire. So you've got also like World Grand Prix logos and branding throughout. I've got the number 1 there as a World Grand Prix kind of thing. I've got Francesco Bernoulli with the Italian flag right there, though that was a thing, again, common to all World Grand Prix racers, so I think that's just more of a WGP thing than a Francesco thing. Because all of the other racers had their names next to a flag, or their flag, I guess. Also, I believe you had, like, the Italian flag or something, or, yeah, there you had the Italian flag, World Grand Prix, and Francesco number 1 on the bottom of the spoiler, whereas now you have Global Racers Cup. I definitely do prefer this version of Francesco, the Global Racers Cup version, and this honestly could serve as a nice, like, alternate design, or honestly, I feel like you could imagine that this is what Francesco looks like in real life in a not World Grand Prix design. I mean, this is a very realistic look for Francesco, and honestly like this way more than the, I guess, normal the Cars 2 design for Francesco. So I guess let's compare him here to the mini racer version that I looked at. And again, I mean, the mini racers do such a great job of mimicking the full-scale release. The proportions are, the color and the way they make this design is very proportional to the size and to the big 155 scale version. I mean, if you just look at the top there, got the 1 there. You even have the sponsors here, which I think we could read last time as well, so that was pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, they look fantastic together. Can't wait to get all the 155 scale GRC versions and put them next to their mini racers, because again, I don't think we'll see a lot of differences. You know, major, see the size, but major scheme differences between them. And yeah, they do look very cool together. So Francesco is going into this Global Racers Cup. I presume he's going to take his team with him. So let's take a look at the GRC version of Francesco next to his crew chief, Giuseppe Motorisi. Pretty cool release. Although his kind of red Alfa Romeo Spider kind of design body type was recreated for Sean Crash. It was basically Giuseppe, just all red and without that headset. But pretty cool release anyways. And of course, his Pity Alex Macchiano, something like that. It was Macchiazo, but he looks pretty cool as well. Obviously got the kind of European body style for a Pity. But I mean, that looks like a pretty good team to take to, I'm assuming, Radiator Springs based on the card art, and have a nice Global Racers Cup. Although the word cup, of course, implies that they go to multiple places and don't just race once. But again, this would be a great to have a backstory on. But yeah, I mean, there you go. There's a nice little photo shoot there. Let's get them out and focus on the start of the video, Francesco Bernoulli. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. For a first GRC mod, or first, I guess, kind of representative of the GRC line, Francesco certainly isn't a bad one. I mean, just looking at the McQueen that's on the card art here, I do think Francesco's better than McQueen. We'll see how he is compared to the other GRC releases, but right now, of course, he's a first and last, I guess, in my rankings of the GRC releases, but hopefully we'll get a few more of them here shortly. Hopefully they hit the Midwest. I guess they're kind of around the coasts. I don't know if they've hit the Northeast, but certainly hit the West Coast and I guess Florida and the South. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Francesco. If you're in the U.S., have you found them? Any other GRC, have you found Francesco, McQueen, any of the other ones? Obviously, if you're overseas, have you found them? And if you have, what do you think of them, if you have more than one? But yeah, let me know all that down in the comments below. This will be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.